you don't know me, I'm Bob Buchanan. I've worked in the motocross industry since about 1984. This year I was approached by Race FX when they took on the Oakley dealership to work with Oakley goggles. I used to work with Oakley goggles before. To me, top company, top brand, so was pleased to take on the challenge. So we started Oakley Riders UK. Oakley Riders UK is a band of riders, obviously, all on Oakley goggles. We have a van and a stand that we take to every major British motocross event. The idea behind it is that the hassle of preparing goggles, sorting your goggles out, is taken out of the rider's hands. We prepare all the goggles, take them to the races, do any work that needs doing to them there, refresh them, and the service is available as well for just general members of the public during the course of an event that can come up with an Oakley product, have a film fitted in a roll-off system, stack of lammies put on for them. We're just providing a service for every Oakley pilot at the meetings we're at to be able to enjoy their racing looking through Oakley goggles.
Yeah, it's not just a 5-minute thing. We usually sort of like Monday, Tuesday we'd get back and start washing everything, and then you're talking another couple of days at least, getting everything completely put back together, ready for the weekend. And people just look at it and just think, it's just throwing itself together pretty quick. But when you're kind of building it from scratch, it does take a little while. I mean, as you saw earlier, like just trying to fold the laminates properly and making sure nothing's catching on a pin or anything like that. Obviously with the frontline tear-offs, you've got the perimeter seal, making sure getting that right, and then just checking it all over and then taping the tops over. You're probably talking between 10-20 minutes.
When it comes to goggle prepping, I'm pretty much as basic as it gets. I slap the tear-offs on and then away we go. But no, it's nice to have someone like that, and the way he preps the goggles is just fantastic. He goes so into detail, and he knows if there's a problem, he knows exactly where it is straight away, and it's great. I've touched wood, I've never had a fault so far.
I think the service that Bob provides is very professional. You know that your goggles aren't going to skip a beat when you're doing your moto. When you're racing at the top level, goggles are really important, because if you can't see, then you can't ride to your top ability.
Yeah, Oakley's obviously the best product out there. But as I say, you need a real good setup. You need to trust, obviously, Bob and what he does, and 100% do that. With preparation, obviously, you don't want to be taking your goggles off in a race. You want to try and keep them on as possible, because obviously there's rocks and stainless. But no, he does a fantastic job, and nothing's went wrong yet so far.
It saves my time, before the races, and then just go and collect them, and it's ready to go. So for sure, it's one job less for me, and I can rest more and focus for the more for the riding. Goggles are one of the key things. Like you need to have the vision for all the 30 minutes, and it has to be clean and safe also. That's the main thing, and Oakleys are one of the safest goggles there, so I'm happy.
The service that Bob is doing is second to none for the riders. I think it's absolutely amazing. It's for me, it's a little bit of a a weird thing to hand over my goggles to someone else, but I've got my confidence in them. It's actually a good thing for me now, because since I've lost my thumb, it's really hard to prep and stack laminates and do roll-offs and stuff like that. So I've got my confidence in Bob and the guys there. They do an excellent job. We've had no failures.
In the past, I've never, I've always been a rider that's always wanted to prep my own goggles, even if, someone else has offered to do it. I've always done it myself, because just, sort of personal preference that I wanted to make sure it's done how I like it. But this year, Bob and Lewis have upped the game with the goggle prep. They're helping a lot of other riders as well, so they're doing it all very, very professionally. So I put my faith in them guys, and yeah, they're doing a really, really good job. So now when I go to the races, I sort of, it's really nice to go to them, pick up the goggles I need for the weekend, run them all weekend, and they're always perfect. So yeah, it's definitely changed my views on it a little bit, and obviously, yeah, I trust what Bob and Lewis are doing.
Not had one problem with the goggles yet, and he does a good job. He helps me out loads. He can't come to all the EMX, so he preps them before I go off. So yeah, it's perfect and handy for me as well. Goggles are a main thing, especially for your eyes as well. And yeah, and if you run out of goggles during a race, it could cost you a win.
I get on with Bob really well. I trust him, so I know that if there was a fault with the goggles, it wouldn't be on him. He knows what he's doing, he does it really well, and I've got no reason to not trust him. Last year I prepped all my goggles myself. Dad would get them from a local shop, and I'd prep them and then use them on the weekend. So it makes life easier, and they're really good goggles. They're the best goggles out there, so I can't complain.